If you're trying to lose weight but you aren't lifting weights, you are missing out. You cannot rely only on cardio to lose weight. You need to build an engine, this machine, that's gonna burn calories while you sleep. The more muscle mass you have on your body, the more calories you're going to burn at rest. It's fine, I get my 10,000 steps a day. I do yoga like 2-3 times a week. Cool. But cardio does not replace strength training. What's up guys, Dr. Elise Fair. I spend a lot of time talking to my patients about why lifting weights doesn't just build muscle and help us look better naked, although obviously that is a bonus. Muscle is valuable currency and you do not want to lose it. And no, you're not going to get bulky. Here are 5 reasons why you should prioritize lifting weights. Reason 1, muscle changes how our body handles incoming calories. Even more exciting, muscle is where our body stores glycogen. When we eat, glucose enters the bloodstream. Much of that is diverted to our skeletal muscles to be stored as glycogen. So the larger our muscles are, or the more routinely we're fatiguing them through resistance training, this helps empty out those glycogen storage tanks so they can be refilled with incoming glucose as glycogen, aka a space to store calories that's not fat. Reason 2. Muscle is a metabolic organ. Muscle is not just decoration. It is actively secreting signaling molecules that communicate with our brain, our immune system, our metabolic organs, and more. Reason 3. Muscle protects us against disease. You've probably heard that exercise helps prevent diseases like cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, frailty, falls, diabetes, Alzheimer's. All of this is true. Here's something most people don't know. Muscle is our body's reservoir of amino acids. When we're seriously ill, fighting off an infection, or even under high periods of stress, there is an increased demand for immune cells, healing factors, growth factors. All of these things are built from amino acids. This is one of the reasons you may have noticed after someone being seriously ill or in the hospital, especially if they're elderly, can suddenly lose a lot of weight. While this is also to do with being bedridden and not using our muscles, also a huge demand for amino acids to fight off these malignancies and infections, which can leave a person wasting away. We spend a lot of time talking about cholesterol, blood pressure, obesity management, diabetes. All of these are super important. But we rarely talk about actively building one of the best protective mechanisms that we have within our control. Reason 4. Muscle helps build a better brain. This is one of my favorite benefits of lifting weights, and it actually has little to do with your muscles. It protects your brain. Brain fog, tired, fatigue, mood swings, poor memory, ADHD, all of these things can be improved by regularly lifting weights. It can also improve mood and reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. Exercise benefits the brain by many overlapping mechanisms. It improves insulin sensitivity, reduces chronic inflammation, and improves blood flow and vascular health. It also secretes signaling molecules like BDNF, which is essential for learning and making new neuronal connections. A fascinating study followed genetically identical twins for a decade. It found that the twin with the stronger leg power had greater cognitive capacity and less risk of dementia and Alzheimer's a decade later, when compared to the genetically identical twin. What does this mean? It means that physical strength has a strong implication in our brain health and cognitive capacity, especially as we age. You may have heard as Alzheimer's as diabetes type 3. While this isn't an official diagnosis, there's a lot of research coming out to support insulin dysregulation as having serious implications on brain health later in life. So don't lift weights just to build bigger muscles. Lift weights to build a better brain. Reason 5. This might be the most important of all. Muscle protects your independence. When we think of aging, most people think of wrinkles. But wrinkles don't determine if you can get off the floor by yourself. Can you lift groceries? Can you walk your dog? Can you live in your own home? Can you climb stairs? Can you have sex? Can you garden? Can you do the things that you once loved and enjoyed? We don't lose independence just because we get older. We lose independence because we get weaker. These aren't questions related to age. These are questions related to strength. Beginning around age 30, adults lose about 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade, unless we are counteracting this with regular strength training. Think this sounds like a good idea for weight loss? Wrong-o. Muscle is valuable metabolic currency and we do not want to lose it. We're a lot like a car. If you parked your Ferrari in the garage, don't expect it to run perfectly when you come back to it a few years later. We spend so much time worrying about gaining body fat that we forget to focus on the more important matter, losing muscle. Not because body fat is harmless, but because muscle is what actually keeps us strong and healthy, protects against disease. We don't lose our independence just because we had another birthday. We lose our independence when we stop moving and lose our strength. The good news is, this is not unavoidable. It is within our control. Muscle is not built accidentally. You can build muscle wherever you are starting at today. We have to give our body a reason to build and maintain it. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Resistance training is not optional. I don't care if you think you want bigger muscles or not. It's about building the body you're going to live in for the rest of your life. It's about better metabolic health, preventing chronic diseases, living independently, and not needing to go into care sooner than you have to. For most adults, starting a full body resistance training routine, even twice a week, is a great starting place. Always start slow, get the movements down before you increase weight. But I will always encourage you to push yourself because you're stronger than you think. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. Even starting with simple bodyweight squats and lunges can be a great starting place. You don't need the perfect program, you just need to start. I promise you, it's worth it. Muscle is valuable metabolic currency. If you're into this and other health education videos on food, fitness, fun, and metabolic health, subscribe for more. Dr. Elise Fair, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.